Yo, what's up guys? Welcome to your 40th something MySQL video. I don't even know. But I think I said the wrong number in the last one. But I don't care! So, let's go. First, we're going to go over numeric functions. Sorry, that was bugging me. Numeric functions basically take a number and do something really cool with it that you don't have to do yourself. The first one I'm going to go over is POW. Powerful function. You can also use power, same thing. And within here, you give it two numbers. So let's say these are the parentheses right here. I could say 2, 3. What it'll do, it'll raise this number to the third power. So it'll look like, basically it'll be like this. If you've ever seen this in math class, you probably never paid attention to math class, did you? Now you have to watch these videos to catch up or get ahead. So what this will do is it'll take 2 and it'll times it by itself, so there'll be 2 of, oh my bad. So it'll multiply it this many times, 3, by itself. So 2 times 2 times 2, which is 2 times 2 is 4, which times 2 is 8. So the result of this would be 8. If we replace this 3 with a 4, it would be 16, because we're taking that 2 and multiplying it by 2 one more time. So 8 times 2 is 16. Alright, here's a useful function. Maybe. So this will give you a random number between 0 and 1 with like a billion decimals. For example, all you have to do is say select rand or whatever rand in parentheses. Don't put anything in the parentheses, just leave it blank. And then the returned result will be like 0.6314778. This can be used for randomizing things for like encryption or for passwords. It can be used for a lot of stuff actually. So you just remember rand. So if you remember the math operators from the last video, we had one that was mod or a percent sign. There's actually a function for that. So you can say mod and then give it two numbers, say 15 and 4. 4, 8, 12, 16. So it goes in there 3 times, 4, 8, 12, 13, 14, 15, with 3 left over. So the returned result is actually 3. See? So that's what the mod function does. There's two ones that are very similar. Seal. No, not like a S-E-A-L seal. This is a S-E-I-L seal. Seal, or you can use sealing. And then there's floor. Now, the way these are used is within parentheses, you give it a number, say 8.3, and it is going to raise it or lower it to the next possible integer. If you don't remember, an integer is a number without decimals. So 8 is an integer. 8.3 is not an integer. If we put 8 within sealing, or seal, doesn't really matter which, the returned result is actually going to be 8. It raises it to an integer, but it already is an integer, so it doesn't have to raise it any. It's not going to give you 9 because it is already the integer, so it doesn't have to do anything. But if we give it 8.04, it's actually going to raise it to 9. That's why it says seal for sealing. So if we gave it 8, the return result would be 8.8. If we get 8.04, the return result would be 9. Now for floor, if we gave it 8, right here, the return result would be 8 because it's lowering it to itself because it's already an integer. But if we give it 8.04, it would give us 8. This is different than rounding, which I'll be going over next. Now for this one, I'm going to have to teach you some basic rounding skills. The function is round, is what it's called. Round, and then parentheses. Now rounding, if a number is 5 or greater, in your rounding, it goes up. If it's 4.9 or lower, it goes down. 6.4, if we round this number to an integer, it is going to be 6, because it has to be 5 or up to go up. So if this was 6.5, it's going to be 7. You see? So the numbers work up one. You see? You see? You see? You see? So if we had 6.49999, the result is still going to be 6 because it rounds it down, not up. So the number before it decides. We have 6.129, right? And we want to round this to 2 decimal places. The numbers after the little dot, the decimal, 1, 2. So we want a number in the form of this. Let's look at this. 9 rounds this up to a 3. And then this is, to a 3. This is still a 1, and that's a 6. So that's how that works. If we were rounding this number to 2 decimal places, the result would be 6.15. If we were rounding it to 1 decimal place, the result would be 6.1 because this is not 5 to round it up. If this was a 5, that looked horrible. If this was a 5, then this would be a 2. So that's what the round does. We give it a number, and my chalk disappeared. Let's say 3.847, and we want to round this to 2 decimal places. We would comma 2, like that. And this will count 2 decimal places, 1, 1, 2. So the result's going to be like this. The 7 is going to round this up, so the result is going to be 3.85. You see? Cool stuff, I know.